So this is what it looks like when they're pulled off the Addi machine, all ready to go. I feel like it's a crochet win because it makes me feel like I want to go work out. I mean, I'm not gonna, but like it makes me feel excited about working out. So I feel like that's a win in my book. What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Altknots. So for today, I have a brand new pattern for you on the Addi machine because I'm obsessed with working on the Addi machine, and we are gonna be making leg warmers. I don't know why, but I can never have enough leg warmers. First and foremost, they are super functional in that they keep you hella warm, but also they're super cute. Throw on some leggings, some leg warmers, some big chunky socks, you're good to go. I'm actually wearing them right now, so I'm just gonna take them off here so you can get a little close-up of what they are. So here they are, the leg warmers. Nice little close-up. We're gonna be using the color Bewitched today, which, I mean, come on. I cannot get enough of this Halloween color. I am obsessed. I love it. Just absolutely love it. These are definitely thick winter type leg warmers. We're gonna be working on the Addi machine, working with the flat panel, but as we go ahead and assemble it all together, we're essentially folding it in on itself one time. So as you can see, it's folded over there. It just gives you a little bit more warmth. So just so you know what you're getting yourself into, these are thick, warm, cozy leg warmers. Another thing that we're gonna be using today is an Addi stopper, and I'll do a close-up just in case you haven't seen what it looks like right out of the box type of deal. It's honestly just a piece of black plastic. Perfect. What this is gonna do is it is gonna allow us to use less needles than there are on the actual king size Addi. Another thing that you're gonna measure is how long do you actually want your leg warmers to be. So for me, I measured about 16 inches. That's how long I wanted it because I wanted it to be able to like kind of fold in on itself. Like I said, it's really chunky and really like slouchy. So I didn't want it to be the exact height. I wanted it to have a little bit of give. So I did 16 inches, which meant that I'm gonna go ahead and do 32 inches on my actual Addi machine since we fold it over in half. Backtrack a little bit, and when you are actually doing the measurement around your calf, I went ahead and added about 2.5 inches onto my actual measurement because I wanted it to be a little bit slouchy. I didn't want it to be super tight on my leg. Like I said, I wanted it to slouch, I wanted it to fall and kind of create its own like folds in the actual fabric that we're making. But if that's not what you want, you can do it however. Like I said, it's customizable. So the measurements you take is exactly what's gonna correlate onto the Addi machine and onto your leg warmer. All right, well, I think that's pretty much it for chit-chatting about this pattern. I'm super excited about it. So let's just go ahead and grab up all our materials and dive into this pattern.
All right, so for the list of materials that we're gonna need, first and foremost, you're gonna need a king size Addi machine, one Addi stopper, one yarn needle, a tape measure, Hershners Halloween Shimmer in the color Bewitched, one Loom Pick, one pair of scissors, a cup of caffeine, and we're good.
Starting off, you're gonna wanna make sure that your Addi machine is on a flat surface here and that you have the legs securely attached onto a table or flat surface, whatever you're using. Go ahead and grab the clamps out and attach it onto the table. Next, you wanna make sure that the switch here is flipped upwards from circular knitting to flat panel knitting because that's what we want to make. We want to make a flat panel here today. Next, you're going to want to take the measurement that you took for your calf here. So for me, it was about 13 inches. Now we're going to have to decide how many teeth that we need to actually achieve that many inches. So for me, that ends up correlating to about 42 stitches. Now I'm using an Addi King today and there are 46 teeth. That means that I don't need to use all of them. So we're gonna use this really cool thing today, which is called an Addi stopper. So I'm gonna do a quick close-up here of showing you how to actually attach this onto the Addi machine. Next, go ahead and turn the Addi machine until you find the number of teeth that you required for your measurement. So for me, I have 42 is right here, and then make sure that that one drops completely and the following one. You want to make sure that the one right after it drops totally because it's going to help create a nice even and straight edge for your project. So those are dropped completely. Now we're gonna go ahead and attach our Addi stopper here because we know exactly where we want our project to stop. So for me, I had 42 teeth here, and where I ended up placing my Addi stopper was between 1 and 46. So that is what worked for me. All right, so starting up, make sure you have the very first white one up. Then using your waste yarn, I'm gonna do about 6 inches here. Toss that in the middle there, nice little tail, just to make sure this actually is nice and secure and it doesn't get pulled out accidentally. So we're gonna go ahead and cast this on. So starting with in front of this needle, go ahead and spin it. We're gonna go behind this one, in front, behind, and that's the repetition that we're gonna follow all the way around until we reach the end where we've placed our Addi stopper. And we're just gonna pull that in front because that is our end. So go ahead and open up your yarn gauge here and place that yarn right in the yarn gauge. Pop it in that little circle to make sure the tension is nice and even. Then giving it a little bit of tension just to start off with so we have a nice clean beginning here. We're gonna start to crank the opposite way now. Holding onto it, making sure it actually catches. Then you're free to keep on going. And I like to do about 3 rows of waste yarn. I'll probably do 4 because then it'll just end me nice and evenly right where I started. So once again, we're all the way back here. So make sure that this very first one drops completely. So it's dropped completely and it's gone underneath this little lip here, which means we're good to go. So we can start going the other way now. Just give it a little tension. Whoop, and see, like that. It's good that we were going slow because it popped right over the top of it. You don't want that. So go ahead and just help it out a little bit. Put the yarn back underneath the tooth, and now we're good to go. And once again here, it's nice to go slow in the beginning. You can go ahead and use your Loom Pick if this ever happens. Just kind of pop that yarn right back down, and we're all good. So here we are. 41, 42, and stop. So pulled it right underneath there. 43 is helping it out by pulling it underneath this ledge. Now we just have 1 more row, so go ahead and hold on tight to that. Perfect. And if this starts to come up a little bit, don't be afraid to push it down or use your Loom Pick. I do it all the time. And just remember that it's not gonna count every single row. It's only gonna count it when you come right back to where you first started. I have about 12 inches here of waste yarn, and I'm just gonna throw it in the middle because we are all done with that. So, and with about 6 inches of tail, 6 to 12 inches, place that right into the yarn gauge, close it up. We have our very first tooth that we're using, which is once again the white one here. The black teeth are on the right hand side of the very first one that we're using. Make sure that this is all nice and cleared, and we're gonna go ahead and crank out 80. So you need to use the measurement once again of the height that you wanted. Use that for how long you want it, but for me it ended up being about 80 rows.
Once you have all those rows completed to get the desired length that you want, go ahead and open up your yarn gauge, grab some scissors and cut about 6 inches left there and go ahead and pop that right in the middle because we're done with this color. Then you're gonna need to go ahead and grab your waste yarn once again and put it right in the yarn gauge just like that and spin out 4 more rows. Now simply take your waste yarn and pop it right in the middle there because we're going to start to take the piece off of our Addi machine. So close up the yarn gauge there and just start spinning and you'll see that the stitches will start to fall off the teeth here. When you get to the very last one, you might have to help it out a little bit. Sometimes it gets a little stuck and I think that's what's happening here. Yeah, so it got a little stuck right there. Just go ahead and lift it right off that tooth and you're good to go. Now we're going to go ahead and close up all the live stitches that we have. So grab a 5mm crochet hook and attach a little bit more yarn onto that hook. So it's really easy to find all the live stitches here because our waste yarn is a totally different color than our main color that we used. So go ahead and insert your hook into the very first live stitch right there. And in order to close them up, we're just going to do a really loose slip stitch all the way across in each stitch. With all stitches closed, go ahead and pull out that waste yarn because we no longer need it, but remember not to throw it away because you can use it for another project. Then go ahead and repeat everything on the other side of your legging here and close up all the rest of the stitches. Now you're going to need to grab your yarn needle here because we're going to close up the side of the legging and we're going to do this by using a mattress stitch. So attach some of that yarn onto your needle and go a little bit longer than the length of your entire legging here so you don't have to worry about running out of it and have to attach another piece to it. So simply attach that yarn needle onto one side of the legging, then just work your way up until the entire thing is closed. If you need a refresher on how to do the mattress stitch, I have a video linked down below where it's a nice close-up and I go extra slow so you can go ahead and figure it out and then come on back. So in order to get that bulkiness, the extra chunkiness of this legging, I just went through and grabbed one end all the way to the other in order to double it up. Closing up the two ends together, I just went ahead and did a slip stitch all the way around. And honestly, I don't know why I did because I could have just used the mattress stitch and that's what I normally do use. But either of those will work. All you need to do is close up the end with something. Mattress stitch, slip stitch, single crochet. It really doesn't matter. Just go ahead and close the two ends together. Lastly, go ahead and cut that working yarn and weave in all your ends. Then you need to do exactly what we did on this legging to the other one. Then you'll have a completed pair.
Alright you guys, but like I said, I had a ton of fun making this, so I definitely hope you did as well. If you did, don't forget to comment down below with a black heart so that I know you love it, and I'll keep on creating patterns more just like this because I love leg warmers. There are so many different things that you can do with them and so many different creations. Or if you love crochet exercise / leisure wear in general, let me know in the comments down below. I'm all for it. But that is all I have for you guys today, so thank you so much for hanging out here in the Yarn Dungeon, making some leg warmers, and I will see you in my next video.